What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Dadbot here. We're actually going to start off this episode by doing a little bit of weapons upgrading. And by that, I want to get my Crescent Falchion to +4, also my Claymore to +4, just for some extra damage output. And the next couple bosses, I'm actually going to be fighting with the Claymore, so that'll help out. So for the Crescent Falchion, I need the Moonshade Stone shards. And I'm actually just going to run past these guys, which is a little bit risky because their roll can actually outpace your run. And so I kind of barely got past them, but it is a little risky doing it that way. But just for in the interest of time, I'm just trying to do this quickly. So I'm going to run on down here. And we're going to get that crystal lizard that's up on that little cliff by Sparkly the Crow. So there's going to be another rolly guy in here. I'm actually going to have to kill him. But that's okay. Just block his attack. Oh, he's doing his overhead slam that breaks your guard. Come on. There. Oh, combo. Hello. All right. Do a little combo of my own here. Get him in 2 hits and heal up because there's going to be another one right around the corner here. Fortunately, I have more room to fight him, so makes it a little bit more manageable. And go up the stairs, and there's going to be another one up here. And I can just run past him. So the crystal lizard that I wanted to get is the one that's right down here. So I'm going to drop down and attack him immediately. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Get that last little slice. And he dropped 3 Moonshade Stone shards. That is exactly what I was after. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take the shortcut to the next area because that is what's going to get me to the remaining Moonshade Stone shards that I need. I need 5 of them, and I just got 3 from that lizard. So I need 2 more. So, oh, I missed the roll there, and that's okay. Here we go. And yeah, this lizard's not going to spawn again until I kill the next boss in the 4th Archstone. All right, can avoid these arrows here, and then I'm just going to run past this guy. I'm not even going to bother with fighting him. And so the Grim Reapers are going to drop a Moonshade Stone shard, most likely. That is, unless they drop a chunk. We'll see what we get. But also Grave Robber Blige, who's right down here, he also sells them for 3,000 a pop. So I'm going to go on and throw my bow on so we can kill the Reaper real quick. And see what we got here. All right. See if it's a shard or a chunk. And it's a shard, okay, because I kind of wanted a shard there. And then there's a crystal lizard over here that I want to try to get because it can drop a pure Moonshade Stone. So while we're over here, I'm just going to go on and see if I can get it. Remember, there's that black skeleton, so I'm going to throw a Soul Remains to kind of lure him out. And so that way he'll leave me alone for the most part while I go over here. So there's a lizard up there. So you want to try to corner him so he doesn't walk off the cliff. I'll tend to attack him kind of more in this area because I do have the angle on him here. Because it is possible for him to fall off the cliff. So just be careful with him when you're trying to attack it. All right. And drum roll, please. A chunk. Not bad, but not pure. It's okay. We'll get the pure eventually. But the chunks are helpful too. So let's see here. So now we're going to purchase one from Grave Robber Blige. There we go. So we have the 5 that we need. So next, we're going to go to 2-1 where we can upgrade. And we'll upgrade our Falchion to +4 and the Claymore to +4 as well. So for the Claymore, I believe I need 16 hardstone shards. So I'm just going to buy those from the Filthy Man at the beginning. You know, in the interest of time, I'm going to spend souls to do this. I mean, you can easily farm those Reapers a couple times and not have to actually consume your souls in your inventory to do this. But in the interest of time, you're just going to consume the souls. So I'm going to need 8,000 souls for this. Let's see. I can use some of these. If I use 4 of them, how much does that give me? It's 4,000. So that takes me up to 7,000. I think if I use both of these... Yes. Okay. So I can buy 16 hardstone shards. Is what I need. And we're going to go down and upgrade. I'm probably going to actually need to pop another soul item to do the upgrading, because upgrading, in addition to the shards, actually costs souls. So I'm going to pop another one while I'm out here. Do a storied warrior soul, I guess. And that should be enough to get what we need. Oops, I don't want to repair. I want to upgrade. So take our Crescent Falchion to +4. We have what we need for that. And then Claymore. So we need 8 for this upgrade to +3, and we need 8 more plus the 2 large ones. And so we've got our Claymore to +4, and we've got our Falchion to +4. So we're going to be dealing some pretty heavy damage here. So we are in business, guys. I'm going to take these off just so my inventory is not muddied up. We're going to go back to the Nexus, and the next place we're going to go is actually 5-1. So we're going to head to the 5th Archstone, which is some people's least favorite Archstone. This level, 5-1, isn't particularly difficult. It's just confusing. It's very vertical. There's a lot of places that you can, drop down, and it's kind of split into 2 halves. There's 2 sides, and you have to go back and forth. There's kind of bridges that take you back and forth between the 2 sides. And so it is a little bit tricky to navigate. And, there's some good loot here, though, so it's definitely worth picking up the stuff. But anyway, these guys up here, don't underestimate them, these depraved ones. They do pack a punch. I'm actually going to throw on my catalyst. I'm going to use some magic in this area just because I do have this soul arrows. And especially these guys with the flaming spears, they can outrange us with our falchions. So, and of course, these flaming spears, they do a hefty amount of damage. So you don't want to underestimate them. So range is good. So in this area, there's actually a lot of instances where people will drop down behind you, or you'll see some of these guys that are laying on the ground. It looks like they're dead. They'll pop up and start attacking you. So you just want to be cognizant of that. Don't let your guard down. See, there's one that popped up behind us. And kind of keep your head on a swivel. So here, we're going to pick up this item and see there's a guy that's popping up, but attack him before he gets to us. Let's see. Right here is a little bridge you can kick down. And then that takes us over. That guy fell off the edge. That's funny. And this leads us to an item that we can pick up. I believe it's actually another talisman, and we already have a talisman, so this isn't really going to help us. And it's a Widow's Lotus. These Widow's Lotuses are actually going to come in handy as well. Let's see if we can lure some of these guys off the edge, or at least get range on them. Let's see. Is he going to fall off? No, but oh well. We're at least being safe about it. And, when we put our falchion back on, our falchion's going to recover our MP. So that'll be quite useful. Get these guys while we're at it. And we're doing some pretty nice damage here. All right, get the drop, some Crescent Moongrass. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this way first. You see there are items across the way. And as I mentioned before, this level's kind of split in half. So we're going to have to go down here and then come back up. And again, I like to take these guys out with range just because, that we can't 100% block their damage with our shield because they do fire damage as well. And just much easier to handle them from afar. Was there an item on the way down that I missed? Couldn't remember. It's easy to get turned around. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So this guy handled much the same way. Go across the bridge here, and you see there's some guys that might pop up on us. Yep, there's one that's popping up on us. 2 of them, actually. And these guys have some nasty combos. And you see the damage that they do is no joke either. So you don't want to get comboed by these guys. And there's another one that popped up behind us. And we're going to drop back down over here later. So what we're going to do now is head back up where we just came from. And then we're going to go across the other side. Where I showed you there were some other items that we didn't get quite yet. And so we go across this little bridge, and you see these items down here that we now will have access to. Let's see. I don't think we missed anything up here. I'm just going to go pop up this ladder just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Because sometimes, like, these little torches makes me think it's the glow of an item, but it's not. It's just a torch. Okay. So pop on down here. You don't want to run too far because you can fall to your death if you overshoot that little drop. So just be careful with that. So soul items and some grass, and then you can drop through this hole here. Some more grass. And always keep your head on a swivel. Make sure that there's no guys that pop up here. I hear one. Is he behind me? No, he's down. There they are. All right. So fortunately, our horizontal swipes with the falchion help us out pretty immensely. So we got the Ring of Magical Dullness. So this is a ring, and actually I'm gonna send my extra gas ring to storage. This lowers your magic attack power, but then raises your magic defense. So it's a little bit of a trade-off, but pretty nice nonetheless. And so I mentioned, you know, we're going to drop back down, and this is that area where we just were, and this is where we turned around to go back up so we could head down the other way. So we've come full circle now. Just beware, there are some enemies down here. So I'm going to drop down on top of this one and just attack him right away. But then there's some other ones that are going to come up and sneak up on us. So this guy, I'm just going to take with a regular attack. And then these other ones with the spears, I'm going to use magic on them. Oh, I didn't get the kill there. Okay. Excellent. So what we want to do now, there's a fog gate, but we're not going to go through there because we can hop off this plank and drop down. And this will lead us to an area that we can only get if we drop down here. But beware, when you drop down into this high grass, there's going to be some guys that pop up like right away. So you're going to want to attack immediately when you land. Don't leave yourself open to getting hit. And we did take some damage from the fall, but that's okay. We'll top off our health, and we got a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And this is an area where a lot of guys are going to pop up from behind you, but there's also a Crystal Lizard here. So let's get the Crystal Lizard, and then we're going to turn around immediately and make sure that we're not going to get ganged up on. So you see there's this guy here. Is there another one? Yep. And look at that combo, though. Ugh, those combos can be deadly. And I am using my grass here as opposed to using the heal spell that I have, just because I want to save my MP for the arrows, the soul arrows. Storied Warrior Soul. Another Storied Warrior Soul. And now this guy's getting up. Stay down. And we got some Faint Stone Shard. So these big bug-like creatures, they will poison you. Oh, there's another guy that popped up from behind. Thought I heard something. They will poison you because when you hit them, actually, they kind of explode. See that blood? If you get hit by that blood, you're going to get poisoned. So just make sure that you attack them from afar. And we got the Blessed Mace. So a blessed weapon is kind of the opposite of a crescent weapon. So instead of scaling off of magic, it's going to scale off of faith. And instead of having an MP regen effect, it has an HP regen effect. So it's actually a very good weapon. And what we're going to do here is we're going to knock this bridge down. And you know, this is what, you know, that bridge that we just knocked down is what cuts this area off from the rest of the level. So we would not be able to access this. Otherwise, the only way to get here is from dropping down. So that's why you would drop down. And we're going to go through this fog gate, which kind of replaces the other one that we would have went through that was further up. Remember when we turned around and dropped down. Now these rats, you notice I turned around right away when I went through that fog gate. And that's because these rats here cause plague. And plague is basically a rapid poison effect. So it'll quickly drain your HP, and you do not want to get ganged up on by these rats because if you get plagued, you'll have a bad time. We do have a Widow's Lotus. A Widow's Lotus is what you use to cure plague if you get hit with it. But as long as you kind of mind your distance from these things, you'll be just fine. And sometimes they do. It is quite rare, but sometimes they do drop Archstone shards. We didn't get lucky there, but it does happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to retrace our steps back up and kind of make our way back to that fog gate up there that we did not go through when we dropped down, but we're going to get the loot on the way up. And this is the Filthy Woman. She sells she's a vendor. She sells lotuses, a black pine resin, which is kind of an upgraded version of the regular pine resin. She sells some other stuff too. She actually sells Stones of Ephemeral Eyes, but they're quite expensive, so I don't recommend getting them via this way. But anyway, there's nothing that I really want from her right now. And she kind of curses you. It doesn't matter if you buy anything or not. You can spend 1,000,000 souls and she's still going to be mad at you. So anyway, well, there's a couple of these giant leeches up here. So I'm going to hit them with my arrows, and then I'm going to hit this guy with my arrows too. So that way I don't get poisoned. All right. And there's a guy over here with a spear. So I'm actually going to hit him with my arrows. Oops, if I can. There we go. And just kind of mind your step over here. It's very, I've said it before, but it is very easy to fall off. And we got a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes and the Saints set. You notice that this guy just popped up. So mind him. So the Saints set is kind of your quintessential faith build armor. So you can do a little bit of inventory cleanup here, send all of these shards back. And you see we picked up Faint Stone Shard from that Crystal Lizard down below near where we got the Blessed Mace. The Faint Stone Shards are what you're going to need to use to upgrade a Blessed weapon. So that Blessed Mace, if you want to use it, you're going to use Faint Stone to upgrade that Blessed weapon. Get rid of the Morning Star. Get rid of this extra talisman. It's just a little bit of cleanup here. So I think we're set. And so we're going to head across this bridge here and pick up the remaining loot. And, you know, there's the high grass here. So high grass always translates to dudes popping up out of it. And just don't get caught off guard by that. So got some pickups here. Make our way up. And here's a Noble's Lotus, which cures poison. And here is where that fog gate is, or was, I should say. And that's, you know, the plank that we dropped down from. So now that we got everything, the quickest way back to where we just were is actually to drop back down. So I'm going to drop back down off this plank. And, you know, we've already pretty much taken care of everything, so don't have to worry too much about it. And we are kind of back where we left off, at least from where we need to proceed forward. And it is dark, so just kind of watch your step. So across the way here, we have what's known as a giant depraved one. You'll see that he kind of looks similar to the other ones, but he's significantly bigger and, as you can imagine, more powerful. So I lock on. He'll do a big wind up, roll through, get behind him, kind of swipe him a couple times. Don't get too greedy with your attacks because he's going to attack you again. And then so I kind of do 2 swipes as a rule of thumb, and then I'll roll behind him again. And you'll see you don't want to charge on through here because you saw those guys that threw rocks down. This is actually a World Tendency event. When you get to Pure White, there's going to be a ladder that shows up right there, so we're actually going to come back here. To your right, immediately there's a spear guy, so watch out for him. And then these guys come out of the grass. So this is kind of an ambush. So you do not want to find yourself on the wrong side of it. So head on up. Oh, another spear guy. I'm going to top off health and then get these guys with my bow so I don't get poisoned. 1, 2, 3. There he is. This one dropped marrow stone. So these guys, get with my bow. And I could be using soul arrows too, but the reason I have my bow on is because I want to get this guy from really far away and lure him over here because he's much easier to fight over here than he is over there. So bait his attack, roll through. Oh, he actually he hit me because he was backed up to the bridge. I'm going to come down here and heal up. See if he'll follow me. No? There we go. Now I can get behind him and make my life a little bit easier. There we go. Took him out. And no drop from him. So he's actually the last enemy. Oh, I got some black pine resin from that guy. This area is not that big of a level. And so we're actually at the boss now. So as I said, it is the main thing is it's confusing. You just have to kind of know your way around. And we got some full moon grass down here. So this is the boss. I'm going to get myself set up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use full moon grass to heal just so I can get full heals off if I need them. I'm going to use the black pine resin that I just got. And just in case I run out, I'm going to use regular pine resin to enchant my weapon. So this boss is weak to fire. So I'm going to use the claymore because as I said before, you can't enchant the crescent falchion. So that puts me over my 50% load. So I'm actually going to take some stuff off to get below 50%. I'll just take the gloves off and the bow off. And I'm in good shape now. And I'm not going to be using my shield, so I'm just going to two-hand. And right when I walk in, I'm going to use this. Well, not right when I walk in, but when I get closer to the boss, I'm going to use the black pine resin. So you start up on these catwalks. You want to stay on the move. Just make sure that you don't fall down, because if you fall down right from the top, you're going to die. But also stay on the move because he can hit you with projectiles from up here. So I'm going to hop down here. And then hop down here. And see, he throws that stuff at you. And I'm going to heal up just because I don't want to be in danger of dying here. So I just get right up next to him, and then I just kind of wail on him. And you see just the insane damage. That's why you want to enchant with fire, because you see the insane damage that we're doing here. And if he hits me, I'm just going to heal. And you can see that he can heal himself too. So you just got to keep the pressure on. And one more hit should do it. So that's the Leechmonger. He's not a hard boss. He is not a hard boss at all. So it's, you don't really have to be all that tactical with them. And again, that's why I like using the claymore, because you saw that damage we were doing with the fire on it. So pretty nifty. So over here you get some sucker stone shard, and there's really not much else in here. Nothing at all, if I recall. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put my falchion back on. I just really use the claymore as my weapon for the boss. Because he is weak to fire, and I cannot put fire. Unfortunately, I can't put fire on my falchion. So there we go. So I'm going to take this stuff off and put my normal grass back on. I just wanted the full moon grass just to, in case I got hit, that would allow me to do an instant full heal, or close to a full heal. So here's our archstone. You get the Leechmonger's demon soul. And we'll warp on back to the Nexus. So I'm going to do some leveling here. Where is the maiden? Sometimes she likes to hide. There she is. She's standing right there. Okay. So let's see. I can get one level. I'm going to put it into Faith, because after we kill the next boss, I'm actually going to want to start leveling up Faith to get that second miracle slot. And you'll see why in just a bit.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help.
Okay, so we need to, before we proceed, we need to suicide so we can get back into soul form before we move on to the next level here. So just to maintain, always playing in soul form. All right. So where we're headed to next is 4-2. And let the record state, 4-2 is a pretty tricky level. It's not so bad if you know what's coming and if you know what to do. But if you don't know what to do, it is a pretty tough level. It's probably the level that I died to the most on my first playthrough, but that is mainly attributable to the fact that I had no idea what I was doing the first time I played this level. But as long as you know kind of what's coming up, and as long as you know how to handle it, it is not so bad. You are going to want to have the Thief Ring equipped if you're going to be using the strats that I'm showing off here. I'm going to go ahead and throw some Soul Remains on because they do make your life a little bit easier at certain points. And the Thief Ring, there's a bunch of Storm Beasts flying around, and so the Thief Ring is going to make you harder to detect by them. It doesn't mean that you are not going to get shot at by them, but it means that you will get shot at a lot less. So I do recommend putting the Thief's Ring on. And then there's some more phantoms that pop up later on in the level, and having the Thief Ring on makes your life just a lot easier overall. So shoot this guy with an arrow, and he's just going to roll straight off the edge. This other guy, I'm going to shoot, and he's going to come up here. What I do is I just block, take his attack, and then wail on him. Sometimes he'll fall off. Sometimes you'll just kill him with your damage. But you know, he's not too bad if you get him up to where you were standing. And this guy, you know, kind of dispose of him the normal way. So you'll see there's two golden skeleton guys over here. You do not want to fight them both at the same time, so I lure them over one by one and get this guy over here. And try to get him up here, and I'll fight him up here. Much easier to fight up here. And so what I do is I roll through his attack, and then usually I can get a backstab. And then I'll just be able to knock him out right here with a few hits. So not too bad. Then this one, fight the same way. Roll through his attack, get a backstab, and then finish him off. There we go. And he dropped some Bladestone shards. And then over here, this guy, we get some Storied Warrior Souls. And again, if you don't have the Thief Ring equipped, those Storm Beasts are probably going to be shooting at you and annoying you. So in here, there's going to be phantoms. So watch out for them. I do have a particular way of approaching them. And again, it depends on having the Thief Ring equipped. So if you don't have the Thief Ring equipped, you're going to get a different experience than what I'm going to have. So run with your shield up. And this guy's going to do his laser attack. But as long as you're right up next to him, you're not going to take... Usually, I don't take any damage at all from that. But also being right up next to him with your shield up, if it does hit you, it's not going to kill you. But being up close to them, oddly enough, when they do that attack, makes it so that you're not going to take damage. So this guy, dang it, he hit me. But if you hit him just one time, he's going to fall off the edge. And then that's going to take care of these phantoms. So normally he doesn't hit me, but I just wasn't quick enough, I guess. So this item is actually a trap. There's going to be a phantom that appears like right there. You hear that noise, that screeching noise. That's the phantom that they don't die. Those phantoms don't die when you kill the Grim Reaper, but they are there and they kind of wait for you to pick up this item. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it's just a dagger. There it is. And they can backstab you, and they do a lot of damage if they backstab you. So just be on alert for that. And down here, there's actually going to be two more of these phantoms. These items look tempting, It is crescent moon grass. So you determine if you want them or not. You can really just run through that fog gate and be fine. And so that's their backstab attack. And there's actually one more of them. Yep, that one got the backstab on me. I hope I don't die. I'm just going to get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Because if they get that backstab on you, you see it's almost a one-hit kill. Whoops, I accidentally threw soul remains. So I'm just doing this to show you because this is a full guide and I want to maintain the integrity of that, but it's crescent moon grass. So is it worth it to you? You make the call. I'm not even going to worry about fighting them, but I just wanted to show you what those items were. Again, this is a spot that it's good to have your Thief's Ring equipped because those Storm Beasts will see you if not. I'm going to put my Soul Remains on here, and you'll see why. So there's going to be a Phantom up here that's going to try to attack. I'm going to run right by him if I can get by him. And then you're going to want to sprint. And this guy's going to shoot at you. Throw a Soul Remain because that'll attract the Reaper. Ooh, did he get me? Oh, man. I thought the Soul Remains was going to attract the Reaper, but I guess not. That Reaper, that is probably the trickiest part of this whole run is that Reaper because his soul arrow will one-shot you. And that just is what it is, unfortunately. And sometimes he gets me, and I thought that Soul Remain was going to distract him, but it did not. But it's all good. We can run back, and we'll be just fine. So anyway, kind of just going to rinse and repeat what we just did. And it'll be all good. All right, going to shoot this guy, let him roll off. Shoot this guy, let him come up to me. Whoops, I missed. All right. Run down and get this guy again with the bow. And then for these gold skeletons, I'm actually going to do something slightly different. Now, these guys are attracted by the soul remains. I don't know why I thought the Reapers were attracted to it, but these guys are, and they'll take the bait, and you can run right by them. Okay. So same thing with these guys. Run straight up to them with your shield up. If they do their little beam. See, normally when you're right next to them when they do their beam, it doesn't hit you. And then you can get right by them. And do the same thing with the one down here. You can usually run by him. And then attack this guy right away, and he'll fall down. And then wait for the effect to take. And then I'm not going to worry about those little other phantoms that pop up. All right. So we're pretty much back to where we were before. It is a tricky situation, but it's all good. Sometimes if you just run right by that phantom, you can get down before he hits you with his soul arrows. Or you can use the bow. Ugh! No! I got lucky there. Okay, I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm not going to worry about killing him. I got what I needed. So yeah, that is honestly the trickiest spot. It is a little bit RNG-ish, but the Thief's Ring is pretty key there, because if you don't have the Thief's Ring on, that first phantom that shoots his green little beam at you is going to notice you a lot earlier, and yeah, it's just bad. So anyway, this area is pretty straightforward. You'll see these little white wispy things flying around. They'll actually blow up if you get close enough to them. So you want to mind your distance because they do quite a bit of damage. And then of course down here there's some items. The sticky white slime, which enchants your weapon with magic. And these little slugs, they drop the sticky white slime, and they also drop sucker stone. So I'm gonna heal up. So they do, you know, a decent bit of damage, but nothing, nothing too horrendous. The main thing here that you want to watch out for are those white wisps. So we got the got a Moonshade Stone chunk there, and there's a lot of loot down here. I tend to pretty much just ignore the slugs for the most part. And down here, there's a few of the slugs. And we got the Hiltless and the Ronin ring. So that is a ring that we're going to need for the Platinum Trophy. I believe the Ronin ring increases your weapon durability, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to sit there and read the description because these things will blow you up if you're not paying attention. But I think... Oh, there's another one. Dang it. Ooh, ooh. Just barely got away from it. We'll read the Ronin ring in a little bit. The Hiltless is a katana-type weapon, and as the name would imply, it does not have a hilt. So you actually take damage when you use it, because you're essentially like cutting yourself to use it, more or less, by nature of the fact that the weapon doesn't have a hilt. So this is back towards the beginning where we started. So we just made a big loop through here. I'm just going to check down here to make sure there's no other pickups that we may have missed. But it is very powerful, so it is a trade-off. So you are going to take damage to yourself, but it is a very powerful weapon. All right. Is there anything else over here? Kill this little slug. There might be something behind here. Yeah. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Worth it. We got some sticky white slime from that one. Oh, geez. Please don't come here. Thank you. Kill this slug. I'm not sure if it's a one-shot if one of those explosions hits you. If it's not a one-shot, it is close to a one-shot. I think we got everything here. Yep, we're good. Okay. Watch out for this one. And we are in the clear. Okay, so let's read the Ronin's ring. I forget. I think it's a weapon durability. Yeah, reduces rate of weapon wear. So not that great, honestly. But it is a ring that's required for the All Rings trophy. And this is the fog gate to the boss. So I'm actually going to cut this episode here. And we're going to fight the next boss in the next episode. So we are trucking along, guys. This is going pretty well so far. Minus that death we had in this particular episode, but it's all good. It happens, and you know, it's just part of the game. Sometimes you die, and you know, you just got to roll with the punches as they come. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think, or if you have any questions or whatnot. Share this walkthrough with your friends, guys. I mean, that's part of how this channel grows, is through word of mouth. If this guide helps you, please consider doing that if you have a friend who's playing this game as well. So anyways, thank you guys so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Take care and have a good one.